So the question is, as a big business house, as a big organization, as a multinational organization, we not only go for the organic growth, but we also look for the opportunities of inorganic growth. And your question is that besides the financial calculations that we have discussed over last four sessions, do they also take into account some non-financial matters? And the answer to your question is a big yes, a big yes. Please remember, as ultimately it boils down to the purpose of a business, and that is to create value. We as a big business, big business group are always constantly looking for opportunities of creating more value. And for creating more value, we are always looking for opportunities where we can do some inorganic growth acquisitions, and acquisitions which have synergy with our operations. So we now, when we are looking for the synergy, obviously synergy would mean more non-financial parameters, non-financial parameters. Now synergy would always mean non-financial parameters, but if we have to take a decision, we have to convert all these non-financial parameters in terms of numbers, in terms of numbers. Because how do you take a decision otherwise? So there may be a plant, there may be a company which is having same product as we are having, right? So what can be synergy? This number one synergy can be, if we acquire that company, immediately our distribution network expands by the network of that company. So that is a big advantage that will accrue to us. Now this factor is very much considered in the in the decision relating to acquisition. But what we need to do, we need to find out as to, because of my network expanding by the network of this company that I am acquiring, what kind of financial gain will accrue to me as a company. So we convert all such gains in terms of cash, and taking all these benefits which are accruing in terms of cash, then finally we see in the bottom uh, is, and please pay attention, finally we see in the bottom is cost of acquiring this company. Please pay attention. Is the cost of acquiring this company is less than the incremental return that I will get from this acquisition? If that answer is in yes, that means if I acquire this company, I will get a return, incremental return of 15%, whereas my cost for acquiring this company is only going to be 10%. That means I have a gain of 5%, and that is what will prompt me to go for acquisition of this company. So I hope that answers your query.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, out of the way, we have seen two big acquisition in last decade. This what is called Jet Airway took over Deccan, and
Mm-hmm.
this UB Group took over, started this Kingfisher Airlines.
Uh-huh.
Then finally they went bankrupt.
Right.
Whatever you told, no, when you are going for acquisition or some expansion, it should be your line of business with synergy.
Right.
If you just briefly tell 2 3 points on that failure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a very good question. Very, I would say, very good question. Uh, Remember, many times these acquisitions are driven by personal ambition of the leader of a business house. And when these acquisitions are driven purely by the ambition of leader of a particular business group, in those situations it can happen that the leader is so much biased that he is blinded about the hardcore realities of the acquisition that he is making. As a result of that, you end up acquiring a company which, instead of having synergy with your operations, it becomes a drag on your operations. So that is one factor that we have to take into account. Number two, many times even the market conditions can also undergo a change. and as a result of the change in the change in the market situation, also it can happen that an acquisition can fail. So, in case of Jet Airways acquiring the Air Deccan from Gopinath, uh, unfortunately or incidentally, I think in case of Jet Airways or in case of Kingfisher, these were examples of bad business management. In my view, whatever I have studied, these were the examples of bad business management. Uh, Using the influence and the connections and the contacts, these companies kept on borrowing in the business. And remember, ultimately, as I was telling you some time back, that borrowing is a twin-edged sword. It has to be used judiciously. So whenever you are borrowing, don't borrow just because somebody is willing to lend money to you. Borrow because EBITDA from your operations is going to support that borrowing. In my view, in cases like Jet Airways or in case like Kingfisher, the borrowings that these companies took were not supported by the EBITDA generated from from the Jet Airways operations or from the Kingfisher operations, and that is the result. Ultimately, both these companies have gone to the NCLT. And now, of course, both these companies are in the process of the NCLT, which means it is quite possible that somebody would buy Jet Airways, somebody would buy Kingfisher, and hopefully the new management that would come to these two companies, they are going to be professional one, and they would run these two companies in a very efficient manner. So ultimately, please remember the bottom line is the incremental value. So whenever you are doing an acquisition, the bottom line must be incremental value and not the personal ambition of the leader of the business. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong. A businessman going for an acquisition because of his personal ambition, but that personal ambition and that acquisition has to be backed by the incremental value from that acquisition. Otherwise, it becomes a big failure. It becomes a big failure, as happened in case of Jet Airways acquiring Air Deccan and the Jet Airways itself closing down, and as happened in case of Kingfisher, which of course is closed down. I'm sure it is a public news because what Vijay Mallya did, he borrowed money from the banks. I mean, and you all know as to how did he manage to get the borrowings from the banks. It's all known. And then since it was not supported by the EBITDA, obviously, how long can you run your business based on the borrowed capital? So that is how it is. So the bottom line that I would like to mention is two. Bottom line number one, in this case, is any decision of acquisition that you do has to be driven by incremental value. Any decision of the acquisition that you do has to be driven by incremental value. The acquisition has to result into incremental value. That means the return that you will get from that acquisition are going to be more than the cost that you will the cost of capital that you will be incurring. And the driver number two, the borrowing has to be supported by the EBITDA. Borrowing has to be supported by the EBITDA. That means EBITDA of the business, EBITDA of the acquired company, EBITDA of the existing company itself must be strong enough to support any borrowing. So this is how long answer to your short question, Shyamsundarji. I hope that
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
yeah. Okay. All right, friends. So anybody would like to say something about this program? We still have 2 minutes to go.
So it was a wonderful program under your guidance and your teaching methodology, with revising many of the concepts and also new concept for us. Means it was the program was really helpful, and you took it on each and every point and each and every doubt raised by the participants. I thanks to Emiris and also Ian and yourself the most to uh, making it this program very much and I would say with enjoyment. It was a knowledge sharing and clearing our concepts or revising our concepts to the best once again. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Vaibhav. Thank you.
Sir,
Thank
at the
you.
beginning of the program, no, you told finance is a very easy subject. So after undergoing these 4 sessions, it seems so. And your deliberation, example, etc., it was so simple but so useful. It is really very charming session and also very knowledgeable. I think for myself, I will be able to understand these balance sheets, then the income statement of different annual reports more effectively. And in our day-to-day activity, this cash flow, this collection, because I am in sales,
Uh-huh.
is a very important. So I'll be much more focused now.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, Shyam Sundarji. Thank you.
Yes, yes, sir. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Same point I want to mention, sir. As Samsundarji said, initially, as you mentioned, the finance is very easy. Earlier, before this attending classes, I was in a kind of assumption. This terminology is very difficult and all. But when you're going through your slides, your presentation, everything, it's really now I'm bit confident. Yeah, we can easily we can learn if we spend much more time.
Thank you. Thank you, Satish. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good
So it was
afternoon.
really a nice session from your end. We really appreciate the time taken for making this presentation and all that, what we have learned for last 4 days. Only one request is that if it is possible for you to share these data, so that at any point of time we can relook into that and try to, if there are still some doubts pending, we can go through these presentations, so 3 data,
Sure.
and try to just mitigate those to an extent.
Sure, sure. You will get them, Shanti. You will get them.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you, Shanti.
Thank you, sir.
All right, friends. So, thank you.
So, sir, it was really a great learning experience, and now I can say I know something of finance now. So, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I will just share my contact details, my number on the screen, so that in case you ever need any support or any help from my side, I would of course be very happy. So thank you so much to every one of you, and my mobile number, which is also my WhatsApp number. So in case if you have any query, any question, you can always just send me a WhatsApp message. And both my mail IDs are also given. So the first one is in the process of getting configured. In case you find some difficulty, you also have my other mail ID as well. So I really wish all of you a wonderful time and a great future. And I'm sure the world is small, and we would definitely sometimes meet each other. So thank you so much once again, and wish you a wonderful time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Satish.
Bye, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.